So he said, you can go home. The only way I feel confident letting you go home, though, is if you have a follow-up appointment in a day or two, or by Monday or something, very, like, right away. He's like, that's the only way that I feel okay letting you go, is following up with us, with her doctor, right away. So, as excited as I was to finally hear that I could take her home, it just, I was so scared because, like I said, she hadn't kept her food down, she hadn't pooped, she hadn't done anything. So I'm like, how am I gonna take my child? And I have no idea if this is even a good idea. Like, what if something terribly wrong happens and it's just because I was in a rush to take her home, to be with my other kids, and it just put me in the middle of, like, fuck, what do I do? But I was like, okay, like, they already did everything they had to do. Everything is fine. It's just, I don't know, like, I was just stuck in the middle. So I just decided, okay, I'll take her home. If anything, I'll take her to the emergency room. We'll figure it out. So I did take her home, and I didn't tell anybody that I had been discharged. Like I said, I had driven over there on my own, and my truck had stayed in their parking structure. I paid for the parking for all those fucking days, by the way, which was so freaking expensive. What did you do? So yeah, my truck was there. It's not like I had to call anyone to come pick me up, and thank God, because having to wait for someone for like 2 hours to just get there, and oh no. But I just got my things and packed everything up, got my baby ready, hoping for the best, and we drove home without telling anybody. I was driving over here just like, I was just trying to speed and just get home and be home with my babies finally. And I remember I got home like in 2 hours. There was a lot of traffic, and my husband was home when I got here, and he had the garage open, and he was in the garage. And when he saw me, his face was just like complete shock, like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I just cried. I just cried and cried and cried. Like, it just puts things into perspective, and you appreciate everything, because it's so easy to just not appreciate or forget, take for granted what you have, take for granted your family or anything, and it's like, you can't take that for granted. It's the only thing you have in life. So yeah, I surprised him. After that, I went and picked up the girls because they had been staying with my parents, because, well, he had to work after that 1 week that he had off. He had to go back to work, and it would just be harder on him to be every day, every morning, waking up my girls super early to drive them to my parents. And then it was just going to be too much. So the girls had been staying with my parents the whole time. So for him, it was hard too, because he was by himself. I was at the hospital with Denise. His other two girls were with my parents. So being completely on your own, like, it was hard on him too. So I went and picked up my girls and surprised them as well. After that, we were there for a little bit. After that, I took all three of my girls to go visit my mother-in-law, gave her the surprise as well. I just surprised everyone, and everyone just cried their ass off. As soon as they saw us, it's just complete shock, because I hadn't told anyone that we had been discharged. And I am not kidding you when I tell you that from the day that we were discharged, my child never threw up. What are all these toys? Okay, sit down. My child didn't throw up once. I made her, I don't even remember what I made her that day and when we got home. She ate. She didn't throw up. She kept that down. I think, if not that day, the next day, she pooped. And I remember that day that I brought her home, she was like running up, climbing up on the couches, And I'm just staring at her, and I'm like, she didn't even move at the hospital. She didn't move. She didn't do anything. And here is my child. I was even scared to watch her do all these things because she hadn't done anything for 3 weeks. And from the day that I brought her home, 100% okay. Never had to take her to the emergency room. Nothing went wrong. It's just a miracle. Just a miracle that I don't know. The environment plays a big role in it. She was not comfortable there. She didn't like their food. It just stressed her out. It made her nervous. No. That's enough. That's enough. But from the day that we were home, my baby was back to normal. And it just amazes me to even think that she was fine. She was fine. All she needed to do was be home and be with family. And she was fine. But yeah, guys, like, while we were at the hospital, those were just the toughest moments for us. Nothing like I've ever experienced. It was hands down the toughest thing I've had to go through, to watch my child suffer that much and not being able to do anything about it to make it better. Never want to go through that again. Definitely not. Definitely don't wish it upon anyone. And I remember her vitals had to be taken every 4 hours. So during the day, like, we kept busy and stuff. I tried to take her down to the playroom and try to keep her entertained as much as I could. But during the night is when it hit me, and I still remember exactly the schedule. They would come in for vitals every 4 hours. They started off at 8 p.m. They'd come at 12 midnight, 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. And in between 4 and 8 a.m. at 6 a.m. they would come to draw her blood every single morning to check how her level of her liver enzymes were doing. Every single morning that was done. And luckily, I had no bad experiences with anybody there at the hospital. All the staff was amazing, super helpful, super friendly, super understanding. I only had one bad encounter with 2 people that came in one day to draw her blood, and I was quick to rat them out and get them in trouble, because you don't treat me or my daughter like that when we're going through a situation this tough. I feel like they should be more understanding that any parent, if I was giving them attitude, first of all, you should be understanding of the situation that I'm in and the reason why I feel that way. And you're not going to take it out on my daughter that I'm giving you attitude, or, but those 2 people came in and they couldn't draw her blood. They poked her like 2 or 3 times, but the way they did it so heartlessly, like, they didn't give up. Like, that's what pissed me off. You don't treat my child. And obviously I'm frustrated. I'm everything. So yeah, I was probably giving them attitude, but I feel like given the circumstances, they should be more understanding of what we're going through. I know, hold on. So yeah, that was the only bad encounter I had with anyone there. Everyone else was amazing. One of the nurses even came in one day and brought me a bag of clothes that she said she used to she would keep in her car, because that was another thing that happened, that since I was thinking I was only gonna be there 5 to 7 days the most, I think I took about like 4 outfits. I'm like, you know what, I don't need to be getting dressed every single day. Like, I'm concerned about my daughter. I'm not concerned about my hygiene or my looks or anything. I didn't take no makeup. I didn't pack nothing but just like 4 outfits for myself, and that's it. And it turns out those 4 outfits went by pretty fast. So I remember one of the nurses gave me a whole bag of clothes that she kept in her car until my mom was able to go that weekend to take me more clothes. And I actually did have another, I don't know what she was, like a counselor or somebody, come in and tell me that she had been told by nurses that they had noticed that I wasn't even showering daily. And I'm like, how have they noticed? Do I stink or what the fuck? Like, be straight up. And she had this long ass talk with me, trying to give me a speech about why I am such a overprotective mother because I didn't want to shower every day. And the answer I told her is, how am I being overprotective? My child cries at the sight of a fucking nurse. You think I'm gonna take the time to go shower when I have no privacy? There's nurses coming in all freaking day long. And if one comes in while I'm in the shower, my kid is gonna freak the fuck out. Like, I'm not about to leave her alone. Just, like, I don't know. Like, my priorities were her. My priorities were not even, I was not even thinking about myself. I wasn't even thinking about, taking a shower wasn't even on my mind. Like, I couldn't leave my child, was my thought. And she told me that why don't you even go outside for a walk to get some fresh air or whatever. I'm like, okay, if I had family here to help me, I would. Believe me, I would. But I'm not gonna leave my child here while she's napping. She would say, oh, do it while she's sleeping. Okay, and if she wakes up and I'm not here, then what? Like, I'm not gonna put my child through that situation. She's already traumatized as it is. So yeah, I was told that I'm helicopter parent, overprotective, and blah blah blah. But honestly, given the situation, my children come first before I do. And if I stink and you can't deal with it, then sorry about it. But my child comes first. But yeah, I don't know if I missed anything. But yeah, I think that was pretty much it. This is my baby girl after 1 year since her surgery. How do you feel? How do you feel after surgery? 1 year after surgery?
2?
No, not 2 years. 1 year after surgery. How do you feel? Do you feel happy, sad, hungry? How do you feel?
I feel better.
You feel better?
Yeah.
I'm glad you do.
I love that.
You know I love you? Hey, do you know I love you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you want to show them your tummy?
Yeah.
Show them your scar 1 year later.
I do.
Oh, there's her scar 1 year after surgery.
I love the
Doing better than ever. She actually has her appointment with her specialist on December 3rd. What is that, like 2 weeks? A week? I don't even know. A week and a half? I don't know. It's coming up. She has her appointment with her specialist. She does still need to be seen every 6 months for now. I think after this appointment, if everything is good, appointments will be yearly. But for now, yeah, she is being checked every 6 months to see how she's doing. Thankfully, we've had no scares. She's just been doing amazing, and I'm so thankful to God for that, because this was just it was really hard, honestly. And for anyone that is going through this, I don't want you to get discouraged, because I think we were just unfortunate and not lucky. Like, I have heard others. I've reached out to other people as well. While I was at the hospital with her, actually, I reached out to a mom on Instagram that had gone through the exact same thing, and her daughter was out. I don't remember. I think 5 days in, they were out of the hospital. So it's just, we were unfortunate in that it just didn't work out for us. But don't get discouraged if you're gonna go through the same thing. If your child needs to have surgery, just pray and hope that everything will turn out great. And every story is different, every situation is different, and hopefully you don't have to go through half of what we went through. And no matter what, just stay strong and hang in there. It seems impossible to think that you're gonna get through it, but believe me, you will. Believe me, you will, and you will appreciate life and your children and everything so much more. But I already made it through without crying, so let's just end this before I do cry, because this morning, just looking through pictures and stuff, forget it, I broke down. But yeah, let's just end this before I cry, because I can't believe I made it without crying. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it up to this point, I'm not sure how long this video has been going on for, probably like half an hour, if not more. But thank you guys so much for sitting through this and watching it. If you did, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Can you do a thumbs up? She always does that. That's not your thumb. This one is your thumb. She needs to think about it. Hold on. Yeah, that one. Can you do it? Takes her a minute. Hold on. Do a thumbs up. You don't know how? This one. Oh, you do it then. She's not even trying. So give us a thumbs up. And then what else? Comment down below. And subscribe. And thank you for watching. Bye. I love you. I know, huh? Bravo. Hey, usa este.
Clap your hands if you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands if you're no one knows how far it goes. Good job. It's the wind, it's the sail on the sea. Stay behind me. This one. Someday I'll know. I can grab this one. Thank. Oh.
You don't want to let it go?
Someday I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'd go.
Where do we go? Huh? That way? Okay, let's turn around right here then. Do you want to look out the window? No, you don't care about that. We're gonna go look at the paintings? Yeah? Alright. Do you like this? Is this fun? Yeah, this is better than me stuck in your room, huh?
Side to side, don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Un doggy? ¿Cómo le hace el doggy? ¿Cómo le hace? Good girl. Is that a doggy? That's a doggy? ¿Cómo le hace? Wow, wow. ¿Cómo le hace? ¿Cómo le hace mamá? Le hace ruff, ruff. Good girl.